We are back with our good buddy. Third season in a row that he's here. Third season that he's in the NTT IndyCar series, but he's in new colors this time. He's in the Papaya this year. He's graduated from Little Dave to Papaya Dave, driver of the number 6 for Aaron McLaren. Our friend David Malukas. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me here again. It's been a long time, man. I was like feeling lonely and I feel back at home again. How have you guys been?
Ben, very good, wonderful. Speaking of being lonely, I mean, you just moved out, so you're officially kind of in your new spot now. Tell us about what it's like living officially kind of on your own.
Yeah, no, I got the move done. I have to live. I have to make myself food and do laundry and all that. I just started doing the laundry load before we started here, so I'm still getting used to it. But I like it. It's been a big change, a lot of new changes going around. But it's finally now starting to click, that this is happening and it's real. And yeah, I've just been at the shop almost every day, getting familiarized with myself, with everybody, and all the new resources.
And it seems like the switch to Aero McLaren, it seems like there's a bit of a seamless transition for you. Obviously, I mean, it's a third year, you're officially a junior now in the IndyCar series, even though we don't really refer to it as junior and senior years in IndyCar. There's always the freshman, the rookie and sophomore seasons, but your junior year in IndyCar. Tell us a little bit about the transition, like how it's been going from Dale Coyne Racing to Aero McLaren.
It's been busy. We've been I honestly, for me, the biggest change has just been the amount of people, the amount of resources that I have at hand, and it's trying to get used to all of it. I've been, like I said, at the shop every day, and realistically, the main reason is just building chemistry with everybody. And honestly, a big help has been also TK. TK's been helping me trying to, from a driver's perspective, familiarize myself with all the new tools. So that's kind of been the biggest change. We've also been, there's a lot more PR events. We've been doing hybrid testing, non-hybrid testing, which has all been very good stuff, but it's been a lot of bouncing back and forth, and then throughout all of this, I'm still trying to get sorted at my new place. So it's been a lot of big changes for me. But overall, I've been very happy. The Aero McLaren family, like the way I like to call it, it's been very nice. It's been very welcoming, and and actually a lot of the people there I've known since go-karting. So it's clicked off straight away.
Back in the days, Dan, what was that show called?
Kart Life.
Kart Life. Yeah.
What a deep cut.
That's a deep cut there. Back in the day.
Have you guys actually seen it?
I have seen Kart Life. I looked it up actually last year. I found it on a weird streaming service. It was one I'd never heard of, and I was like, we'll just watch it. We'll watch a couple episodes, and there was your mom and your dad, and I was like, that's crazy.
Hey, we are the ones that started the Drive to Survive trend.
Wow.
He's like before there was Drive to Survive, 100 Days to Indy.
It was Kart Life.
Kart Life.
The OG right there.
That's how you have to do it, man. We love that. Speaking of your mom and dad, we've been seeing HMD Motorsports have a lot of people get called up to IndyCar recently. With the NXT graduates, most recently Christian Rasmussen. We also have Kevin Simpson, who's going to be going full-time at IndyCar this year. How do you feel like you personally played a part in kind of having some of the people that are in Indy Next, I keep wanting to say NXT, people that are in Indy Next develop to IndyCar this season? How do you feel like you played a part at all, or
from the current drivers, probably not. As soon as I've kind of made the step up to IndyCar, I'd say maybe in my first season there was a little bit of kind of going back and forth between the Indy Next team and IndyCar. But once the second season kind of came in, it was more just focusing strictly on IndyCar. Of course, I'd always say hello to all the guys there. Everybody there's I was day one with them, and honestly, it's grown so much. It's pretty crazy now, kind of stepping out of the scene for a few years, and then coming back a few days ago. Went to go see like the new shop that they're building and everything. And I mean, more than 50% of these people I just don't know anymore. Like it's just expanded. It's blew up. And so I only knew the OGs. So it was like kind of like, oh, hey, what's up? How you guys doing? How you doing? And then it's just like this awkward like silence for all these other people because I didn't know anybody. So yeah, for me it was more of like, these past 2 seasons been more focused on IndyCar, and it's just been cool not being involved anymore and just seeing how much it's grown so quickly.
Yeah, 100%. And now that you've officially moved into the Aero McLaren role, we've been seeing a lot of the cool stuff you guys have been doing on social media. Obviously, you've been doing like weekly videos. You guys do a ton of photo shoots. We saw all the Valentine's Day stuff for February today. I thought that was kind of fun. But the thing that I thought was most cool was you getting to go out on the field for the final Colts game of the season. Talk a little bit about the kind of like your experience going to Lucas Oil Stadium and getting to lead out in that, to be the guy that's going out leading out the Colts. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so Aero McLaren, man, they spoil me with all these cool events. So man, what an event that was. So going into it, I didn't really know what to expect. It's kind of just came in. I was like, all right, I knew we were gonna do some PR things, some content here and there, but I didn't really know what was gonna be all about. And then next thing you know, they pull up with this little motorcycle. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then they're like, oh, you like sit in it, let's take some photos. And okay, yeah. So I'm taking photos. I'm like, look at me, this is so cool. And next thing you know, the guy starts it up. We start driving away. I'm like, whoa, wait, where are we going? Like, what's going on? And then we just line up, and he's like, oh yeah, no, we're going out there. We're the ones starting the show. And I'm like, oh,
you didn't know?
No, man, it all kind of just happened like right at the end. So it was cool. We had the 360 camera kind of going, and I mean, what an experience it was. We went out, and the crowd, it was like, whoa. And from my side, I used to be into football when I was a bit younger, and then kind of, went away from it and just strictly stuck to motorsports. But that event itself kind of brought me back into it, and I've kind of been watching these like last few games going into the playoff games going into the Super Bowl. So I'm slowly kind of got myself a little bit into it from it. So it was probably, out of a lot of the events that I've done, that was one of the coolest.
And because you're from, you say Chicago, it's Vernon Hills, correct? You're from...
Well, I grew up in Vernon Hills, but then I went to Burr Ridge. Burr Ridge and Willowbrook, kind of. Okay, so like 20 miles southwest of downtown.
Okay, so you're from Illinois. So does that mean when you were a kid you were a Bears fan, or were you more of like a just overall football?
No, I mean, yeah, I was a Bears fan when I was a kid, but it's hard.
Yeah. Have you been converted? That's the question, though. I mean,
well, hey, now I'm an Indiana resident, so it's Colts is the move already.
All right, nice. That's what we like to hear.
All the Indiana stuff. I feel like Chicago itself just has so much better food. Like overall, when you're going back home to Chicago itself, when you're not going to HMD Bar and Grill,
damn it! Away from my segue.
What's your like go-to spot in Chicago? Like your go-to, like, I mean, we know you're a big sushi guy, so it could be sushi itself, but like where are you going, man? What's your go-to food?
Man, from a specific spot, man. Now you put me. I was gonna I had my HMD Bar and Grill all set and ready to go. But to be fair, I'll give you a food category. So recently, I've just been like heavily into ramen. I don't know what's been going on. So any sort of ramen place, that's kind of been my go-to thing. Very, very good. And also, hot take, I'm actually not the biggest fan of Chicago deep dish pizza.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Not for me, man. I like thin crust. That's my move.
I respect it.
He doesn't want to go in with a snorkel for his pizza and like.
Not me personally.
Dive in.
Not me personally.
Yeah, that is.
I respect it though.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, Daniel.
All right, so first question: pressure. I feel like every year there's obviously going to be a lot of pressure, but this year especially, you're with a new team, a lot more expectations laid upon you by kind of fans, by other drivers. how do you personally navigate all of this pressure that's kind of being put on you for this new season with this new team?
That is a good question. Definitely with all the changes happening and, going with Aaron McLaren, there definitely is more pressure put on you. The goals for the team is, to be at the top. That's what we're competing at, and my goals are going to align with theirs, and that's what we're going to try to hit. And, from my side, I have Luke Varley on my side. He's kind of been my driver coach, my mental coach going up through the years. He's always been with me, and he definitely tries to put me in the right mind space. You do a lot of different mental training to deal with pressure and different ways to think about it. And personally, for me, the best advice I ever got was the feeling that you have with your body when you are nervous is actually the exact same reaction to when you're excited. So anytime you do feel a bit nervous and you feel like it's kind of a bit overwhelming you, I just always go for saying that, hey, I'm just super excited. So, let's go out there and do it. And at the same time, you feel pressure because you care. You care about what's happening. You care about the result. You care about what's going to be, the final countdown, I'd say. So it's not like looked at, I think, I think some people almost look down upon it and now it's frowned upon, but I actually think it's a good thing. It's a good reaction for the body. Put yourself in a pressured point, but you have to manage it, control it to where you can actually use it to your advantage, heighten your senses, and go and perform.
All right, yeah, I definitely understand kind of what you're saying about pressure, and it kind of what you're kind of saying ties me into something else I was going to ask. You've been a big representative for mental health and kind of mental health awareness within the sport. How do you think kind of the pressure of this big move has really affected how you're approaching your mental health approach for this upcoming season? Has that made it any more difficult?
I wouldn't say so as of right now. If anything, it's kind of helped. Because as a race car driver, I'd say the one mental issue, the one mental block that you have, is always am I good enough? Am I supposed to be here? Do I have the confidence? Right? And after Aaron McLaren came in and, gave me the offer and the whole deal happened, it helped me a lot because it's well, obviously Aaron McLaren see my talent, they see what I can offer. And so from my side, it helps. And I just want to go out there and perform 110% all the time and show what I can bring. I think, if it were to be any issue, I think it's always kind of when you have a bad weekend or you're kind of on a consistent, bad form trend, that's where mental issues can kind of start coming in because your brain it kind of fights against itself sometimes. You start bringing in the doubt, and so that's happened before many times, throughout not just IndyCar but throughout my entire racing career. So that's something me and Luke have worked heavily on to always just kind of bounce back, rebound, because we're human at the end of the day. We're not perfect. We're always going to have some bad results here and there, and it's always trying to figure out how you can bounce back, and that's where you can become better.
Good answer. Great answer. And then my final question, new team, new teammates. And these teammates, they've kind of got a reputation. They built a big reputation over the past few years. How does it really feel to kind of get in with this new team, with these drivers that have achieved so much? Does that add more pressure to you? How has it been kind of getting to know them, getting the team dynamic with these two stars of the sport? Where you're just little Dave right now. People are still kind of, figuring out who you are.
Hey, he graduated.
He's Papaya Dave. Papaya Dave. We forgot about the Pokemon evolution here.
Pokemon evolution.
Yeah, so honestly, that has been kind of one of the biggest things for me. Having Paolo and Rossi, like you said, two stars in our sport. But very different stars, I'd say. They're so talented in their own different ways. And me coming in as a 22-year-old, I think when it comes to the racing realm, I'm still quite young and have a lot of learning and maturing to do. And I think having Pato and Rossi as teammates is probably the best case scenario. There's just so much that I can learn and pick from. So that just overall in general, these next 2 years is going to be huge for me to actually get closer to my max potential, whatever it may be. So yeah, having them as the teammates, couldn't have asked for anything more.
Of course. I apologize for the missing the Papaya Dave. Forgot we had a Pokemon evolution here, but that did make me think. Do you have a favorite Pokemon second evolution? That'll be my last question. Heat of the moment.
Listen, from when it comes to Pokemon, I never could really get into it. Listen, it wasn't really my thing. It wasn't really my thing. But I had like a little phase. I think it was like 3DS kind of era, and I'm not too sure what Pokemon came out then. But I played it for a little bit, but I never could. I couldn't get it. And then Pokemon Go came out when we got like a little bit older. And then I was like riding around on my bike trying to do that, and I was just like, "This is just too much work." So Pokemon's never really been my thing.
Okay. You might disappoint some people with that answer, but I respect it. I think we respect it. But Jay, I'm gonna pass it to you. I know you got some good questions.
Okay, so I know that IndyCar is switching to the hybrid. I think it's a good thing, and I actually like them switching to the hybrid engines and the systems. And what's your opinion on the switch to the hybrids?
So right now with the hybrid testing that we've been doing, it's still early days. So there's like every test that we do, it's so different. So there's nothing really like set in stone on what's going to be like actually happening for the race. Like to not, it's like do this new thing, and I'm like, oh, that was pretty cool. But then you don't really know if it's actually going to be in. But overall, to start, there was definitely some reliability issues that were happening, just consistently. But this last test that we've done, there was no issues from all cars. So it seems like that they're definitely making good advancements on it. And overall, I think it's very cool. We have a lot more tools in the car that we have as a driver. It makes things, let's say, a lot more complicated to what is already pretty complicated of driving an IndyCar. And it's already, quite physical. So with all of it going on, there's a lot of changes. And it changes the characteristic of the car, the setup. It's moved it a lot, which that right now, it's still, I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest fan on the way the car is trending towards, but if we can make changes and find it to get a bit better, then it should go in the right direction. But overall, I think once we get it right and get it down, it's gonna be very good. And it's definitely gonna change things up for when it comes to the racing side.
Right. Yeah, and I'm excited because it changes a lot to the push-to-pass system, and it adds more horsepower into that. So it creates more overtaking opportunities, of course. So, I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
He's ready as a fan.
I'm ready.
He's ready to see that. He's ready to see that 6 go around.
Yeah, the 6 go around. My next question was, so I always ask you about Media Day ever since you first came on the podcast. Has it gotten easier for you over the past 3 years?
Media, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely gotten easier for me. I've gotten a lot more comfortable with with cameras being around, and now I just treat the camera as it's like my friend. It's like, hey Jerry, how you doing? It's just like I'm just on a one-on-one with this camera into this dark abyss of the lens. It's my new friend. So I've gotten very comfortable with it, being myself. But it still is like content day. It's just so much, when you have from the starts of the day. I mean, it's like, I think it was like from 9 to like 5 or 6 p.m. and then just like nonstop, like, just doing a whole bunch of content. So
do you film everything for the year, like that day, or is it like kind of like breaking it up throughout the season?
I'm pretty sure, from IndyCar side, I'm pretty sure that's like pretty much everything for the year.
Oh wow.
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is, because I don't ever. Yeah, we don't do any more content days for IndyCar. So yeah, I guess that is it. But a lot of it is very cool. It's just it's like all in one day. So it's like, whoa. So that's always like just high caffeine type of day. You gotta keep going. But overall, I love it. But
coffee.
It's a lot.
17 cups of coffee. Yeah.
But by the end of the day, though, you're definitely like, okay, my brain is completely fried. I remember afterwards, like I went to the gym with Sean, my new trainer, and I was doing reps, and he's like, "How many have you done?" I was like, honestly, I haven't really been paying attention to what's going on the past 3 minutes. Like, I don't even know how I got here. Honestly, I can't. I drove from the hotel. I came here. I have no idea how I got here. Like, no clue. So it's definitely tolling on the mind. But overall, we get it all done in one day, and it's good.
Yeah, you could have been benching like 265, and you wouldn't even realized it.
Yeah, it's maybe it has its pros to that.
Yeah, true. So, and final question, the big question: we're discovering your livery for the 2024 season. Do you want to talk about it with us?
Well, yeah, of course, obviously.
Well, I had to
Why
ask
wouldn't I?
permission. I had to ask permission, But yeah,
Got that popped up on the screen.
this livery, all I have to say is absolutely beautiful. Drop dead gorgeous. I love the blue. I love the orange contrast. Tell me about your thoughts of it, seeing it.
So my thoughts of it is it's not the O word contrast, it's the papaya contrast, right? So
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh no, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. You're good. I always catch people up on it. But listen,
Yeah.
I just pulled this thing up. Man, it's beautiful. Like, just all the colors are just like is shining. I don't know if you guys could tell, but my room it's like glowing all of a sudden. It's just beautiful, man. The effect that this car has. Imagine when we see this in real life, and it's like a happy meter. You know, you just gonna drive by, you all of a sudden like, wow, life is good. Look at this papaya. And we have the good, the good blues. It's gonna helps tone who would have thought blue papaya together. It's like a match made in heaven. It's beautiful to look at.
Beautiful.
It's like eye candy. My eyes are just so happy. I'm gonna sleep well tonight because of this. There's just only good things to say about it. So
it looks like
it's
and it looks like that McLaren has sort of switched the number font this year. It's kind of going to something a little bit more like kind of slanted, a little bit more like kind
futuristic.
Futuristic. That's a good way to say it.
I think the way I would explain it almost gives me like cyberpunk vibes, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're going for that like cool, like you know what I'm saying? It's very cool, and
get Keanu in the car.
and they it's just more like sharp edges, you know, especially on the front where you see it connect kind of to the aero screens, like much more sharp edges everywhere. It looks a lot more racy, more modern, more like cyberpunk, aggressive. Very, very good. So this is going to be the NCT Data livery car. So I'm very excited, man. I can't wait to see this in person.
I gotta ask. Did you at least have a little say in this?
So listen, no, I actually didn't see my livery until 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
They would not let me see it. Mainly, maybe they thought I'm like, gonna somehow release it.
I think you're gonna Tom Holland it.
Yeah, listen, you're not the first person to tell me that. I was about to say, I'm gonna Tom Holland this, but yeah, I did see it though. I would say I didn't say anything, but I saw it like really early on, like maybe almost like 2 months ago. Somebody went to the bathroom and they left it on the screen. It said confidential and everything. I like peeked through and I saw it and I was like, "Oh, that looks really good." So then I kind of walked away from that. So, but I did have like a little bit, but it was kind of like from afar. But now to see it in like HD clarity right here,
he's
good.
Just like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, it's pretty and all, but how much more pretty will it look if you can get that into victory lane?
Listen, I mean that's it. That's the goal, isn't it? And the papaya, the blue, everything, all of the happiness, the color, like sitting inside of it too. It's gonna help us get there. It's gonna help give the right mojo, the right environment that I need mentally and physically to put it in victory lane. And I can't wait for it to happen.
Is it a fitting concert venue for you? Is it gonna work?
Yeah, it'll work.
There you go. Well, David Malukas, it's always a pleasure to have you on the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. We're gonna leave you with 3 quick rapid fire questions. You just gotta say it off the top of your head before we get into this. All right. First things first. We mentioned Drive to Survive earlier. But you also now officially have some NASCAR teammates now and F1 teammates with McLaren itself, since now Kyle Larson's coming over. Would you rather drive in the NASCAR Cup Series or drive in Formula One?
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna have to say Formula One. That was growing up, Schumacher. That was kind of my guy. Very young age. NASCAR came to me a little bit later, so it's gonna have to go for the F1 side.
All right. Next question. Professional wrestling? ? What's the opinion on professional wrestling?
Oh, okay. Listen, professional wrestling, it's awesome. It's very, very physical. Very. Anybody who's a professional wrestler, highly commend you. That is that's some physical stuff. You got to be very strong for that.
Have you done it?
I did until like last year in middle school. So what, 8th grade? I was from fifth to 8th grade. I did it professionally. But it was I mean, it's no joke. It's very, very tough. So anybody that does it, highly commend you.
Nice.
There we go. And last question. We know you're a big Star Wars guy, so I think this might correlate into this. What was your favorite Lego game growing up? We all played the Lego games. Did you have a favorite Lego game growing up?
Yeah, I mean the Lego Star Wars one, but which one was that? What was it called? Hold on, let me do a little quick search. Have you guys played the new one yet?
I did.
Yeah, it was all right.
It's all right, but I've been actually recently replaying it, and it's been better the second time I've replayed it.
The Skywalker Saga? I'm pretty sure this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just the classic. So the new one, the new one for me, I don't know, it didn't really hit that. It was very cool, very, very well made, everything, but it didn't hit that nostalgia, you know? It was missing, I don't know, it didn't really hit the spot, but it was still a very good game.
Yeah, overall. Well, that has been a great interview again with David Malukas. Papaya Dave going into his third in the NTT IndyCar series. Make sure you guys catch him on Arrow McLaren social media. You guys can follow him at David Malukas or at Malukas David, because Twitter it's backwards. And I only know that because I do the social media posts. But Dave, close us out, man. Is there anything you want to shout out real quick?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you guys for having me once again. And for all the listeners, make sure to tune in February 6th, 7th, and 8th, mainly February 7th, for the livery announcements from Arrow McLaren. And thank you guys for having me.
All right, let's transition into the next segment. Let's get it. We are back. What a great interview with our boy Papaya Dave. Man, look at that livery. That livery is
beautiful.
Gorgeous. You know
it's
what
so
I mean?
Beautiful, bro.
It's all. Let's just say really quick, McLaren.
You knocked
it out of the park, guys. 3 for 3 in my opinion. We're gonna go through all the liveries so far. I mean, first let's talk about this David Malukas livery. It's pretty. The blue, the papaya, and the black.
Hey, stay off my head top, bro. Okay.
And the fact that
wait.
that he's got NTT data on the car, like that's just overall. I like the scheme. I'm a big fan of it, and I hope to see a lot of fans of the 6 car out there this year.
Ooh, I do have a question before we start talking about all the liveries.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you guys, start off, once we start talking about this, what's your favorite of them? I think that's the best way to start talking about this.
Okay. I'll go first because I can pull mine up right here. Mine would have to be good old Pietro Fittipaldi's.
That purple.
The new store. Purple's my favorite color, so that's
Same.
why I'm very drawn to
Same.
this.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I absolutely love this car. It's so drop dead gorgeous, dude. When I saw this, I was like, might have to be a little bit of a Pietro Fittipaldi fan for this season just because of the purple.
Listen, I am a purple enthusiast. If anyone knows me in this world, I love purple. It's my favorite color. I will be buying a 30 jersey if it's purple. I'm just saying.
Me too.
You will have that Fittipaldi. You will have my money. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Daniel, which one's your favorite?
I might surprise you guys a little bit with this one.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you guys know what my favorite one is. I'm gonna have to go with that 20 car. Dude, that 20 car is sick.
It's pretty.
I can't wait to see Christian Rasmussen whipping around those street courses and road courses in that beautiful 20 car.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just a render. I don't know if it's the way they announced it.
I like
it's beautiful.
I like the way the number sits on the front nose cone, bro. I think that's so fire. How it's kind of
Yeah.
slanted a little bit.
I need
I
to
think that's
pull it up just so I can look at it again.
It's pretty. It's pretty. That Guy Care, new sponsor for Ed Carpenter Racing. Overall, the big G on the wing, like
Dude,
it's just
Mm.
I love
it's just a
the
pretty car. The
Yeah.
blue, it's blue and black, simple, but
I
looks
love
good.
I love how the blue slants through the car and it even is partially on the front wing on the left side.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the way that
Or
there's kind of
the
that
right,
like
technically.
that little jagged line that kind of
Yeah,
crosses.
yeah.
Like, dude, it's beautiful.
Dude, absolutely.
Ed
so
Ed
hot.
cooked, bro. Ed cooked.
Ed did.
ECR
Even though
cooked.
It wasn't Ed, but Ed cooked.
It looks like a
Good on them.
Logitech car, honestly.
It does. It does kind of
it's
look like a
just-
Logitech car.
You know what it looks like? Oh my gosh. What's the NASCAR driver that's sponsored by Dude Wipes? Anthony Alfredo.
Anthony
It looks
Alfredo,
like
yeah.
it looks like the Dude Wipes cars.
It does
Yeah.
kind of
Maybe
look like
that's
the
why I
Dude
like
Wipes
it so much. It looks like the Dude Wipes cars.
Shout out, hey, real quick, shout out to Anthony Alfredo. He's going to be driving the 62 for Beard Motorsports in the 500. So
Oh,
best
yeah.
of luck to you
Sick.
trying to qualify for that race. Yeah, it does kind of look like the Dude Wipes car. My favorite scheme, however, and it's a classic. It's been done before, but I can't wait to see it every week, man. That Alexander Rossi number 7 car is sexy, my guys.
Yeah.
Listen, I was a big fan of Felix Rosenquist's car from last season, that 500 scheme. Y'all know it was my favorite scheme last year. I loved that car. Plus, Felix is a friend of the show, so it was always kind of cool to be around that area. I am patiently waiting to see his new scheme with Meyershank Racing, but this car, the fact that the white, it's not necessarily white and it's like an off-white, sells the car for me.
No, it's pretty white.
Okay. Maybe I just have to see it in person, but from the picture, to me, it kind of looks off-white. But the papaya looks great. I almost said the O word. The papaya looks great, but
Hey,
I think
it's an easy mistake to make.
it's not that. Yeah, it's pretty difficult. But I hope to see Rossi get his first win with Arrow McLaren this season in this scheme, and I can't wait to see what they do with it for the 500. I'd love to see possibly like a different kind of like keep the scheme, but like also kind of do something a little different with it, or maybe possibly just do a completely different scheme overall.
You know, I do have a gripe with it though. And maybe this is unfair, but like to me, the black in the middle just seems weird. I think it's fine. It doesn't necessarily ruin it for me. But it just
I mean, the thing
if
is,
they were really going to like try and make it like those old school ones, I wish it was just strictly the white and the papaya. And so I get that they wanted to like modernize it, give it the black strip.
You also have to figure that McLaren's thing nowadays is having black on all their cars, and they do have black featured on all 3 of their prominent cars. If Jay, if you want to pull up that Pato Award scheme,
Yes, sir.
Pato Award scheme, in my opinion, to say as Pato said it himself, familiar colors for him, and the. Oh god, that's beautiful. That black and papaya right there is a gorgeous. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, Pato might have the best one. That's a sweet car.
I like the blue. The blue is just.
Hey,
the blue is so clean.
Listen, I'm saying they went 3 for 3. I'm not hating on it. I think it's beautiful, but. We also had some other liveries that were announced. We'll talk about another one of the rookies, not just Christian Rasmussen had his livery revealed. Also, CGR rookie Kiffin Simpson revealed his car, and this car reminds me so much of Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Dude, it's a good scheme. It's a good livery.
It's pretty. That blue and yellow. It looks good. New number font for the 4. For a new number for CGR. Journey rewards. I hope eventually we do see them kind of invert this scheme throughout the season. I would love to see the yellow and blue.
Yellow with a blue.
That would look cool. Maybe
You're
especially
speaking my language.
especially on the ovals. I think that would look good. Like in like a night race, possibly like a Gateway or at Iowa, Texas.
As a yellow enthusiast.
Never mind, Texas isn't on the schedule.
Speaking my language.
But at Iowa or at Gateway, I think this would look really good. Or Milwaukee, maybe even at Milwaukee. I think this would look really good out there. Jay, what's another one of your favorite schemes from that have been revealed so far?
I like Romain Grosjean's. I
Yeah.
really like what Juncos is doing with their cars, dude. It's
Mhm.
kind of similar to McLaren in a way, like with the slanted, the triangular, directional, rectangular shapes, all that going on. But I love the green and I love the orange highlights. To me,
Whoa, whoa! Did you just say the O word?
I can't.
We're
On
not
this
talking about.
one.
We're gonna talk. Say it on this one.
Well, can we? Because remember, they've got the partnership with McLaren. Maybe that's
true.
on purpose.
That's not no papaya, buddy.
Yeah, I think the orange, in my opinion, is actually a reference to the Phoenix itself.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I think it's on Canapino's car too.
Is it?
I think they're practically the same with like minor differences. Oh, let me look it up.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, because I can see.
Yeah, because they have it on their
it is on my
suits.
thing right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is like
Yeah.
it's like kind of different. The wing is like inverted green on the bottom and black on the top, and then
Oh yeah, very minor differences.
Hey, listen, I'm just happy that Juncos kind of kept it the same because I loved those Juncos cars
Mhm.
last year. My second favorite scheme of the year, though, was that Argentina Canapino scheme.
bro, so
Yeah.
fire.
Heat.
Dude,
Heat.
yeah.
Although, you want to know which of the liveries I honestly don't love?
What's that?
Okay.
I don't really love the McLaughlin.
Really?
I knew you were
Livery.
gonna
His
say that.
throwback, his throwback to his karting days, his livery.
Listen, I enjoy it, okay, because
It's
I'm a big fan of
fine.
burgundy. I love a good red, kind of that burgundy, that yellow, I like it. That's just me.
I would like it if it was like an all burgundy car with yellow accents.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
love that it's like primarily black.
I don't think
So many
Daniel
people have
likes
been
black
gassing
race
it up.
cars. You're not a big fan of just dark race cars, in my opinion. I feel
No,
like
I am, dude. My favorite car is the
That's
Rasmussen
That's
one.
true. That's true. That's true.
It's just
Did you see
I
that?
like
that
black race
post?
cars when they have exciting like colors added to them,
Did you
and
see
so
that
I like the
post
Pato one.
that was
but-
it was like F1 liveries and then IndyCar liveries, and it was like a really like muted house versus like a super bright and eccentric house. That killed me. And what's crazy is I feel like, I mean, if you want to pull up Scott Dixon's livery, because he's got a similar to what we've seen over the past couple of years.
Have they announced it? I guess I forget which ones that they've released that have been kind of similar.
Yeah, we're starting to see some more liveries come out throughout the year, and
Has
Scott.
Oh, the Linus.
Yeah, Linus Lundqvist is pretty.
Oh, that one's pretty.
Maybe Scott Dixon hasn't revealed his.
I don't think
feel
they've
like
revealed his yet.
yeah, never mind then. But listen,
Yeah, I think they've only done the rookies.
Yeah, that Linus Lundqvist one is pretty. Very similar to Alex Palou's scheme from last year.
Dude, you know what they need to bring back? Bring back the chrome.
Yeah,
That chrome car from 2 years ago was.
I think we'll see it at the
gorgeous.
500, and now that DHL is on the 10 car, I think we'll see.
Bro, oh my
Some more
God,
pretty
I
stuff.
cannot wait to see that car. That
Yeah.
car's gonna be so sexy,
Yeah.
dude. Oh my
Because if they
gosh.
use like the Ganassi style, oh my god!
Bro.
As long as it's not a copy and paste to like the Andretti, just like without the chrome nose cone.
Yeah.
I want them to do something different because I'm tired of seeing the same DHL car for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Spice it up.
But it's so pretty.
Listen,
so pretty.
yellow is my favorite color,
That's
but
true.
it didn't change a lot. It didn't change a lot over the years.
No, I you're valid for that. I get you for that one. But hey, we're gonna keep reviewing liveries throughout when they get released throughout the season. But first things first, we promised you one thing in particular. We promised way too early Indy 500 predictions for this episode, and we're gonna hear them.
Okay. Who we want to?
We're gonna hear them right now.
Who
you know,
wants to go with their prediction first?
I'll go first.
We'll start with Daniel.
I'm confident.
Daniel, give us a little teaser into your brain right now.
The Indy 500 champion for 2024 will be Alex Palou. Need I say more? I think so. Alex Palou won almost every race last year. He's the
Bars.
best race car driver in the world.
What?
I stand on that. I'll stand on business with that.
What?
Alex
What?
Palou is the best race car driver in the world right now.
What?
Put him in the Mercedes in 2025.
What?
Yeah.
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 No, I just think if you go back and think about this past Indy 500, should have been Palou's.
Yeah.
Because think about it. He led most of the day until the Renus VK like pit road thing, which set him back, put him in last. You know where he finished? He finished third.
Yeah.
He still finished third.
Yeah.
The entire day, even with setbacks, he was still finishing top 3. And for that alone, you gotta be on the Borg Warner at some point.
Do you smell what Palou is cooking? Listen, the 2-time champion, like, I think me and Jay aren't going to pick Palou just because, like, we want to have some different people. But, like, Alex Palou is a force to be reckoned with. And the fact that this guy in his 2 Indy 500 starts, or in his 3 Indy 500 starts, has finished top 5 in all of them.
Yeah. It's a sign of things.
You know what I mean?
It's a sign of
like his first 500, he finished second. Like,
I straight up believe Alex Palou, at the record he's at, I think he could get to Dixon's 6 championships.
I think that, but I think he can win I think he can win 3 500s too.
Listen, that's a take.
I genuinely think Alex Palou, because how old is he? He's like 28?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Like, he's not old. He's not necessarily young, but he's not old.
26 actually.
Yeah.
I think he's a little younger.
I genuinely could see him being like a 5 or 6 time champion, and I could see him winning at least 2 Indy 500s. At least.
Yeah.
However, that is if Formula One does not rip him away from us, because
they won't.
The thing is, F1 does love to downplay IndyCar. We saw what they did with Colton Herta. We're seeing what they're actively doing right now with Andretti. They don't like that IndyCar is on the rise and is having 5-star Dave Meltzer classic races every week, and it's I don't like giving him credit, but like this I think Palou is definitely a force to be reckoned with. But we'll move on to mine, who I think is going to be an Indy 500 champion this year, or definitely a contender. Man, it's Pato O'Ward. This guy, I feel like, is one of the favorites, if not the favorite, every year when it comes into this race. And think about it. What happened last year was not his fault. What happened the year before?
Last year was definitely his fault.
No, this past year was his fault.
Like, I love Pato.
2 years ago,
I love Pato, and he was trying to go for the win, but he definitely could have contained his excitement of trying to pass Ericsson a little bit more.
He was trying to prove a point, and it blew up in his face.
Maybe. But Pato O'Ward has the speed at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We've seen that for the past 4 years. He has the speed. He consistently makes the Fast 12. On ovals, this guy's a menace. We saw what he did at Texas. Like, this guy is he's my pick. Like, even if I wasn't gonna pick Palou, I would probably be picking Pato just to start the season. Plus, you want to see that beautiful 5-car in victory lane, and I want to see everyone go crazy for Pato. Listen. I love what Aaron McLaren is doing throughout the offseason, and just from hearing about all the preparation work and seeing how excited everyone is about this season for McLaren, how can you not be excited for any of their 3 drivers? O'Ward, Malukas, Rossi. I mean, we just had Malukas on the show. He literally talked about how excited he is just because of the hype, the dynamic that is going around the shop. It's unfathomable, and I really think that this could be Pato's year to not only win the championship, but to win his first Indy 500.
Yeah. I mean, I could agree with you. Like, honestly, like, Pato's fast on ovals. He can be a smart racer. Sometimes I think he lets the heat of the moment get to him, like last year. And it causes him to throw it away, essentially, in a sense. But I 100% agree with you. I think Pato could win this year. As long as he keeps his mental and everything, his emotion in check, he could win multiple 500 in my opinion.
Definitely.
I think it's going to take him another year.
Yeah.
I think 2025.
2025? You think one more year?
I think there's going to be one more mishap, that whether it's his fault or not, but I'm going to lean towards maybe his fault. Nothing against him. It's just like this place, it picks its winners, and a lot of it, it's like a story.
Yeah.
And I could just see that one more mistake eating him up. And then Pato Award is going to finish his story. I know we bring in the wrestling references all the time. I wasn't even going to do that, but I saw Tristan laughing about it, and I was like, yeah, I got to say it.
Yeah.
No, I just think he's close. But there's just got to be that one thing that clicks, and I think it'll take another year. Yeah, it's not picking up, Tristan.
That's so disappointing.
I know exactly what you're trying for.
I was playing some Kingdom, bro.
Oh yeah.
Crowd was here.
About to blow.
Waiting for me to start the show. Pato Award, book it.
So James, is Pato also your pick, or do you have?
You said who?
Is Pato also your pick, or do you have a different pick?
Well, my original pick was going to be Polo, and you picked Polo, and then I was thinking about Pato, but then Tristan, of course, picked him, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go with Pato 2, so I think it's his time again to win this race. He did it in his first entry.
Again?
He did it in his first entry. I'm going with
Alexander Rossi.
He finished fourth here last year. He finished fourth last year. He ran a beautiful race.
Listen, I really thought about Rossi.
Yeah, he ran a beautiful race. And I just, dude, like Daniel said, this place picks its winners. I feel like it's going to pick Alexander Rossi this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the smarts to get this thing done and manage a few mile race in your rookie year. You know what I mean? It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while since 2016, of course.
That's true.
But
it has been a while.
I think it's his time again. He's with McLaren, and they have a good.
Listen, do you smell what McLaren is cooking?
Yeah, bro. For real.
Like, I agree. I think this could definitely be a good year for Rossi, and I definitely thought about it as well. So
yeah,
I completely agree.
But you know what I'm intrigued about? Because we got our 2 early predictions, and we got to elaborate on them. I'm thinking quick fire. No response, no reasoning as to why. Quick fire. Hot take. Your hot take, like, wild card pick.
Oh, wild card pick?
Linus Lundqvist.
Screw you. That was going to be mine.
Rasmussen.
Ooh. No, but he's not running it.
Oh, he's not running
the
front?
Yeah, he is. He's running the 33. He's running the 33. He's running a third car for Ed Carpenter Racing.
Okay. I just couldn't remember if they were doing it. Mm-hmm. Ooh, you took my pick, Tristan.
Nah, screw you. I mean, you can take Linus too. I don't care.
No. I'm a man of class.
No, can I change mine?
Go for it.
I am gonna go with Santino Ferrucci.
Okay.
Honestly, that's a great pick.
I could see that. You know,
go with his teammate, bub.
You know what I'm gonna say. No. Thought about it. I'm stuck between 2.
Bro's gonna say Colton here.
No.
He said 2.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking
2-time champ, back to back.
The man who was on our show, David Malukas, has a shot.
I think 100% he has a shot.
I think that's a hot take, Loki, though.
I mean, I don't think Ferrucci's a hot take either, but
it's true.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
You know, oh no, the man who came in 3rd or 4th last year. Ooh,
AJ Foyt equipment though.
It's true.
it's technically Penske equipment now.
Oh yeah, I guess that is true.
It's true.
It is technically a Penske.
Actually, no. The Malukas one, it's not a hot take. I'll take my hot take. Felix Rosenquist, Meyer Shank.
Oh, okay. I do like that.
I love me some Felix.
Some good old.
I don't know
Love
why my
me
brain was
some
forgetting the man that I pick
left
about every year as my hot take.
Some left
Some
Felix
left
Rosenquist. Some
Left
left Felix, bro.
Yeah.
Loving it. Well, hey guys, those are our way too early Indy 500 predictions here on Indy Instances. But man, Jay, send us over to predictions, man. Let's see how we did.
Okay, buddy. You gotta give me a second. I forgot to pull it up.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Hey, listen. Last week on predictions, it was pretty solid. You know what I mean? Like we had a pretty dope time here on predictions. However, Jay, take us through it.
Okay. So last week, Tristan picked Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney. Daniel picked Tyler Reddick, John Hunter Nemechek, and I picked Josh Berry and Zane Smith, which I'm pretty sure neither of them made the show anyway.
Yeah.
Our group pick was Christopher Buescher, and Denny Hamlin ended up winning the whole thing. So we were all wrong entirely. So we don't even start out the season with the point.
He beat all your favorite drivers.
Hey, he's not doing that anymore, though. He's not doing that. Anymore.
He got it out of the system. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of cringe.
He got his little Netflix moment, and now he's
It was
done.
funny the first time. He kept doing it. I'm kind of glad he stopped.
But yeah, I mean, we don't have anything to predict this week. So I mean, hey, you want to put it on the line for the Super Bowl? You want to put some points on the line?
Yeah, no, what? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ooh, but I got something to make it a little bit more interesting. Instead of picking the winner, who's going to be the MVP?
I don't think I know enough about both of these teams. Okay, how about we do both? How about we do both?
Okay.
Okay. I think. Here's the thing. I think my girlfriend might kill me if I don't pick the Chiefs.
Me too, bro. Oh my goodness.
Hey, but Brock Purdy wears the number 13.
Oh gosh.
Number 13, bro.
Listen. Hey, listen. I'll shake off the hate. I think Kansas.
Shake it off.
You're gonna shake what off?
Thank you. However, I know this all too well.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And I'm gonna pick the team that doesn't wear the maroon. I'm gonna pick the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm gonna have to let you finish.
Who's your MVP, Tristan?
My MVP. You know what? Give me Pacheco. Give me Isaiah Pacheco. Yeah, I could see him. He MVP of that of the previous game. He is a dog.
Yeah.
Give me Isaiah Pacheco.
All right. Daniel.
Okay, I gotta look up a roster real quick because I'm feeling an oddball.
Okay.
MVP.
I can do mine.
Who's Malcolm Smith?
No.
I can do mine real quick, Daniel, if you want me to.
Yeah, you go for it.
I'm going with the 49ers.
Okay.
And my MVP is going to be Deebo Samuel.
Interesting.
I was between choosing George Kittle and Deebo Samuel.
You mean the people's tight end?
Yeah, the people's tight end.
Yeah.
Because he's now
I will
my
say,
favorite tight end in the
I
league
am
now.
so happy that we get the two best tight ends in the league in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Can we talk about that real quick?
Mhm.
Like, that is
Pretty cool.
dope. Like, I'm so hype about that.
Yeah.
Like, again, we get the two best in the Super Bowl again. Like, that's just fire.
Well, I would argue second best tight end is probably Hawkinson,
TJ
but that's just me though.
from the Lions.
Anywho,
No, he's on the
I'm
Vikings
going
now.
Niners.
Oh, he's
I'm going Niners.
Okay.
An MVP. I'm feeling a defender this year. I think there's going to be somebody that gets like a pick six or something.
Seals the game.
I'm going Charvarius Ward.
Bosa.
Charvarius Ward, Super Bowl MVP. Niners are my pick.
Okay. So do we get a point for getting the entire thing correct, or do we get a point? For,
You know what?
Like,
I think we get a
point
point
for each.
I think we get a point if we get the winner.
2 for MVP.
I think we get 2 for MVP.
Okay.
Just it's early season. We can't be having too big of leads right now.
Yeah. Understandable.
Early season, but hey, listen,
There you go.
take a picture and burn it, baby, because the Kansas City Chiefs are gonna win this. Dude, I'm doing way too many Taylor Swift references. My girlfriend's gonna be so proud of me.
He said my girlfriend
Hey.
was in front of me.
But you forgot who the halftime show is because Brock Purdy's gonna let everybody know that Daddy's home.
Daddy's home in your wildest dreams, bud.
Gosh.
Oh my
Peace up, A-Town down.
Whatever. Peace up, A-Town down. A-Town down.
Hey, listen, I like to root for the anti-hero, so we'll see.
Oh my god.
We'll see how this goes.
Gracious, bro.
Dude,
Take
she's
my
gonna
head
be
and put it under a Goodyear tire and just run that thing over. I'm
Hey.
tired of it.
you're gonna need what kind of car are you gonna need? You're gonna need a getaway car?
Oh,
A
oh
getaway
my
car? Oh my
god.
goodness.
Damn.
What if I left the
Hey.
call? What if I
Hey,
left
listen.
the call, Tristan?
Hey. I think he knows that this was a great episode. Let's send it over to the outro. Man, what a solid episode of the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. Thank you so much to David Malukas for coming on the show and joining us for another episode of the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. This is David's 3rd time on the show, and I like having him on. At the beginning of the year. So, hey, signing off for Justin Cox and Daniel Cheney. My name is Tristan Grider. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. We hope y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there, y'all. And let's all remember that Cody is gonna finish the story. I love
And
you.
just remember, we never go out of style.
Okay, Daniel, after that one, we got some bad blood, buddy.
Oh my God.
Hey, bro,
Car-
no body,
Hey,
no
listen.
crime.
Karma's gonna